Warriors, speak to me. All right, guys. That's Warrior Junior here. All right, so we are going to start from the very, very beginning here. Now, I'm going to explain to everybody what my thinking process is here, what my intentions are, why I'm doing what I'm doing, what my goals are, and what I'm trying to achieve. This is for single dudes, but not just single dudes. This is for really shy dudes. This is for dudes that I've tried to pick up. This is for dudes that have gotten into altercations. But most importantly, this is for dudes that are trying to get the women that they're very, very attracted to. Now, okay, so now I'm not saying that I have all the answers, that what I'm professing that, oh, you do what I say, I'm a master, I can get. No. What I'm doing is I'm sharing my personal experiences, what I'm going through as a warrior to try to get what I want, to try to get my needs met. Well, look, I know a lot of people they're gonna say, well, oh, okay, well, you want a beautiful woman, why engage? Why, look, I'm gonna say some things that you're not gonna believe. Okay, that word's very important. Okay, when I repeat something as I believe, there's a reason why. I live in a pretty affluent area. The bar is very high here. We all know how society functions. I mean, most people that go to work during the day. If you're a single guy, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna relate to most guys that have a normal job that work. That's not me. I'm kind of like an anomaly. It's good. But it's very, very bad. It's very high end nightclubs and bars. And we know we're coming out of the COVID time right now. A lot of people telling you, oh, no, you don't stand outside nightclubs and bars. It's not the place to meet with. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. That's a foundation of why I do what I do. I mean, I can do a million references. I danced for many, many years. It was it Bob Fosse said of Paula Abdul, respected her as a upcoming young choreographer because when everybody else turned left, she turned right. Doing things are different. Aristotle, said something about how, if you don't want to be criticized, don't do nothing, don't be nothing, don't try nothing. Basically, it's saying, not sticking your neck out there. Well, when you guys start listening to me, you're going to see there are very few dudes out there that are willing to stick their neck out there. And what I mean by that is being able to be judged, ridiculed, embarrassed, laughed at, recorded, all for the goal of cracking the shell, the ice, or whatever, of fear that's in your mind for whatever reason that's holding you back from becoming like to getting what you want, to becoming really who you are. I don't know. I'm not going to get into like big psychology thing about this, about why do I think it doesn't matter? It's relevant. It's irrelevant. The bottom line is let's get to it. I'm trying to get the hot women that I'm attracted to. They're out there. I see them every day, every day. Now here's the issue. Society tells us that she's with somebody, with their friends, she's no, you can't. Who says you can't? What law says if a guy is with a woman walking and I find her attractive, I can't approach? What law says so? You're going to get stabbed, you're going to get shot, you're going to get beat up. Put yourself in that guy's perspective. Yeah, you know what? If you go back far enough, he tried. Women leave men all the time. Now, I'm not trying to base this on saying to myself, okay, well, no, this is what you do. I'm very, very selective. I'm not saying, a lot of pickup artists saying go up to every woman, go up to every, no. Okay. I've listened to all of them and I've read all the books. What works for them is good for them. I'm not going to belittle mystery or something, but look, dude, if you're 6'5", you're dressing up like Dennis Rodman, of course you're going to get like attention. I don't know, peacocking. So that's not me. I'm 5'9", a little short, balding Jewish guy. I'm not dressing up like a clown or a peacock. That's not me. What is me, unfortunately, what was me, was a very scared, shy person who's scared to talk to women. No, I can talk to women. Problem is, the ones that I'm attracted to have a lot of currency. They're either on the phone, they're with another, either male or something. In West Hollywood, it could be a guy, a gay. You don't know. You don't know. The problem with you don't know is that your mind is going to start thinking. And when you start thinking, unfortunately, in this case, then you're going to think your way out of it. It's just the way it is. It's not like, thinking, there's constructive ways when things need to be thought through. But unfortunately, it's like, I spent many, many years dancing. My best dancing comes out when I hear good music and I don't think. I just let it flow. Same rule applies. I feel. The difficulty herein lies when you start doing the things that I'm going to talk about. You're going to see you're going to get resistance. You're going to get altercations. It's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. A couple nights ago, I went, my circuit, I don't go same thing, but, I was walking by this EPLP's, place. Why didn't you go inside? And said, look, it's not that, the COVID thing still, tables are separated. It's not like it was yet. It's not, times are not back yet to where, you can go and try to, go up to, people are in groups. It's still not very good for that. So I stand outside, not like on the side, sidewalk, but like trying to be like part of what's going on. Problem is, you get older, the young crowd doesn't accept it. They, in a nice way, they try to get you out of there. And that's what happened a couple nights ago. Now, most people have fragile egos. What do I mean by that? You hit them with a put down. What'd you say about me, man? What'd you say? Like they're deaf or something. They're generic, it's like everybody can take a compliment, but you say something and they're just so sensitive. Like you could crack these people's fragile egos, like you have a power over them. I was the same way. Then I started reading books and listening to like Dr. Wayne Dyer, rest in peace, great guy. Not just I got older, I got smarter, more educated. People say something to me, I don't care. It's irrelevant. Even a compliment, no, that's nice. A put down, okay. Now, when I get defensive is when somebody tells me what to do. Get out of here, man. What are you looking at? Whatever I want. That's how this altercation started. I'm not prepared for that. Telling me I can't look at a woman? It wasn't even there's a group that was walking out. And like maybe a minute later, there's one guy came after me. Two guys, everything. I carry a small mace I have like a little pouch on my belt buckle, because when you guys start getting to know me and understanding what I do, you have to be prepared for altercations. They're going to happen. I'm not looking for a fight. I'm not looking to get beat up. My friend goes, "Oh, you're going to get stabbed. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get killed." I'm going to use a lot of analogies here that I feel are relevant to cracking that shell of that paralyzing fear of shyness that's going to keep you from getting anything out of life. It's better to die on your feet than to serve on your knees. You tell me get out of here? My grandparents were Holocaust survivors. They couldn't leave, like they were forced by Nazi Germany, like they couldn't do. This is America, it's not Nazi Germany anymore. You gonna let people push you around mentally, physically? There was a lot of them. They all came after me. I stood my ground though. I took like Shotokan karate when I was young. So I thought to myself and I said, you know what? Because of what I'm working on now, you have to learn to defend yourself. There's a huge difference between looking for fights and learning how to defend yourself and holding your ground. Now, I know I'm going to mention a ton of movies and ridiculous. The movies are not real life. There's a little bit of truth in every movie. You have to change. Those women that I'm really attracted to, they have a lot of value. They're getting hit on all the time. What the fuck do they need you for? You have to take drastic measures through drastic action. Unfortunately, like for whatever reason, like I don't consider myself very rare because you see couples all the time. You know, you could say, well, how did he meet her? How did he meet her? There's nobody going to help you. Just like when I was standing out there and all the guys, they came out to get me. The security was right there. They didn't come out to help me. I even asked them later. I said, hey, it's on the public sidewalk. We can't. Meanwhile, a couple hundred yards away, there's another club. I was trying, there were two women. One was really drunk. I wasn't trying to take advantage of her, but she was pretty. I thought I'd try to talk to her, you know, work on my social skills. And the security guy came out, like for me specifically. It's amazing. Like people will come for you, like when they see you trying to do something. So that's why I'm telling you this. Because if you are going to even think about doing what I'm doing, they are going to come for you. Most people do not want it. They're not, they don't, they, you know, I don't know about most people. I know about me. And the problem is when you start talking about like the honesty, you know, the difficulties of this, it doesn't apply to a lot of people. I don't know what most guys, I don't know, they watch porn or something. Yeah, okay, I've done watch it too. I stopped watching it. It's called like an easy way out, you know. It's like, and then you see the women that look like that, and then it makes you crazy or something. I don't know. It makes me like that. I'm not getting them. You know, I think you have to have an open mind when you know you're listening. I have some good friends. I have some good friends. Some that are older. This doesn't apply to them though. I listen to their insight, but it's a lot of it's irrelevant because it's not applicable to what I say you should do. It's like what I came up with is a cross between PUA and warrior mentality. You're harassing me. I'm not using any malicious intent. I'm not trying to threaten you or anything. But I'm making my presence known that I'm very interested. Not that way, like I don't come off, but going up and just saying something nice and walking away, it's not good enough. Thank you. You say something nice and that's over. You're not going to, I guess, you know, if somebody is like beyond shy, or I don't know, I would, but I'm talking about, like, for me at this point, I don't have a paralyzing fear of women. I'm trying to get my needs met by the women I'm very attracted to, which I generally see a couple times every day. So what do you do? During the day, it's different than at night. It's a lot of around where I live. There's these high-end places. And there's like these restaurants too. The warrior mentality says, when you see her, you don't think, you just go right in. Doesn't matter. He's with a guy. You go right in. You're going to get an altercation then, for sure. This is going to be, you know, more than likely, yes. So what good comes out of that? There's a power that comes out of it. There's some type of magic that happens. Because maybe one day, when you see something similar in the market by yourself, it'll be easier. So you have to go through the shit to get through. I don't know if you guys ever saw the Shawshank Redemption. I know another movie that Andy Dufresne, he's chiseling through that little, using that little thing to get through there. It took him 20 years. Remember, he had what Morgan Freeman, he goes, he's climbing through the most fouling smelling 500 yards of those foul stenching. It's an analogy of life, of what he had to go through to be free. That's what you're going to hear from me when I do these. What you have to go through to get what you want. It's not like, so, oh, I want to make money. Oh, work hard. It's not. This is nothing like anything that you're gonna understand. It's fucking really, really hard. Really, really hard. So let's start at the beginning. Let's tell you what I did a couple nights ago. This one club called the Abbey on Robertson, gay club. There's tons and tons of straight women that go there. Now, again, as I mentioned, the tables are all separated and everything, so I don't go in. I go everywhere. And we'll go dancing last week in Irvine, Anaheim. Not just I'd like to dance, but as you're going to see now, I pretty much had to give it up to take up self-defense, because if you're going to do what I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to learn how to fight both ways. You're going to have to learn how to fucking, hold your ground just in case. You got to be willing to take the hits. Now, again, this is not about going out looking for fights. This is not it. But there's going to be resistance out there. I call them asteroids. I'm going to use a lot of analogies. They get in the way, or they come right at you. Big Star Wars fans. Millennium Falcon goes around the asteroids. Remember what Vader said at Empire Strikes Back? Asteroids don't concern me, Admiral. Probably Vader could move it himself, if he wanted. But okay, you understand. I'm using a lot of these analogies, but you're going to see the truth in where I'm going with this. It's hard, being honest sometimes is hard, when you're, people are going to start listening to this. I know. And I feel like you put yourself out there, you're going to get, people are going to try to, criticize you, ridicule you. They might even try to help you, but that's not why I'm doing this. I'm not trying to help. I'm not professing that I know more than anybody else. Or I'm not trying to sell anything. What I'm doing is presenting an open and honest, what I go through. And I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm not asking for anybody's help. Because I know there's not many dudes that will do what I do. There's no fucking way. Nobody wants to fucking, it's not just ridiculed, laughed at, rejected, beat up. You're talking about it's not worth it for most people. They're not going to do it. Most people, they watch movies and they say, oh, okay, well, or they get advice from their parents or something. I don't know. I don't have any of that. Make fun of things. A 40-year-old virgin. It's a joke. It's actually it's sad and pathetic. I mean, can you imagine that? A 40-year-old guy that wants a beautiful woman and never gets? It's a recipe for suicide. It's sad. But the entertainment makes it out to be funny. People laugh at that. Because most people don't relate to that. You just go, you got some money, you go pay some beautiful chick. If you don't understand what that does to your self-esteem, you think that makes you a warrior, you fighting for anything? That's what society tells us. You got to make a lot of money and get the nice car so you can attract the women. You're going along with what everybody, the society is brainwashing you and telling you. So how do you do this? The pickup artists say you want to do a lot of approaches and talk to all these women and everything. I go against that completely. I'm very, very selective. Every day on average, I'll see about 2, 3, 4 about that I'm really attracted to. If you start thinking, she's on the phone, she's with a group of other girls, or with the guys, okay, you want to break down everything individually? It's only going to be, or she's sitting at a table or whatever. What did I say? It doesn't matter. That's the number one thing. The first thing you have to understand, because you're doing this a couple times a day. You're not like every second. You're not going around, you know, because there's, even though it's not illegal, there is a social acceptance of what you can do. And I think it wouldn't help you anyway if it was pushed. I mean, yeah, you could, you know, again, I'm not going to promote the PUA guys and say, oh, go around do it, tons of numbers, get all these, 100 a day, 100 a day. It might work. It might work. But I don't see the kind of women that I'm like find beyond extraordinary. I call them bees. Yeah, wow, you know, like what I think. It doesn't matter. I don't care what other people find attractive. I care what I want. Okay, I care like what I, the ones that I want. The bottom line. You got to get in there and get what it's called, what I call the no. If you go in there and you just say something nice, oh yeah, you know, you model, no, no, no. Oh, well, have a nice day. Goodbye. You're not getting laid. You're not getting nothing. You got to get the no. Now she's going to go up and a woman's going to jump right into bed with you. But my point is, I press till I get like a no. And then when I get the no, then I keep going. I don't just walk away like I've defeated. I ask, well, I'm just kind of curious. How did you meet? How did you? Boy, that guy's got a lot of balls, you know? That's what they're going to remember. They're going to remember you. You're not threatening. You're not looking for a fight. If the guy's ego is so fragile that when he's, again, I told you, I'm in West Hollywood. You know, there's a lot of gay guys, women, so you don't know. That's a problem. You start thinking, you think yourself out of everything. Waiting for the perfect time, like I'm in a movie. You know, so, oh, now is my chance. I've seen in a market, like in a line, there's guys in the way. I've seen like a real brazy. He just went around. He didn't care. What? I have a reputation. What are they going to think of me? I can't. I can't. That's the place I go all the time. You know, I don't know how long I'm going to be alive. I hope I get a good amount of time, but I'm nearing 50. And it's like, this is something that I don't want to go into the grave, you know, saying to myself, you know, like on my deathbed, if I live to be old, say, why didn't I? Because society tells you you can't. Society tells you you can't. There's no law that I can't approach. You're gonna get stabbed. You're gonna get beat. If the guy's ego is so fragile, she's with me. She's mine. Women leave men all the time. I'm going to say it again. Women leave men all the time. It's mine. It's not yours. It's not yours. It's like, you know, I feel like they're trying to push me out of existence. You're going to the wrong places. Go to a book club. I will go wherever the fuck I want. part of the warrior mentality. I will go whenever and wherever I want. You know, my friend Chris, he's a great guy, you know, but I don't know, when you allow people to tell you what to do, depends, or police and everything tell you. But ironically, my friend Chris, he was got, you know, he's some weird situation where he was with some guy that had a stolen car. He didn't know, and the cops. He got out of the car, and the cops, you know, put him on the ground and turned his head, or didn't turn his head, said look the other way. Now, I don't know if legally they can do that. It's not, again, not Nazi Germany. It's like, but he did it. You know, it's like, I don't. I mean, I'm using that because, you know, I think about things when people tell me, "Get out of here, man! Don't." They're trying to keep you from getting what you want. It's like they're pushing you around on a chessboard, like you're nothing. You know, you're nothing. And when you listen to that, when you allow them to tell you how it is, it just like pushes you down. Now, a lot of this is going to be misconstrued by people because they're going to listen. They well, you know, what are you saying? You know, you're just saying that, you know, don't take shit. Look, let me give you a good example. You could call me any name under the book. I don't care. If it's bald, old, short, Jewish. You could make fun of me. I don't. Wayne Dyer said it doesn't matter. You can't get a rise out of me. My frame is so strong because I built it that way through research, through learning. You can't. But the problem is, if somebody throws like what I call a curveball at you, what are you looking at? My natural defense, whatever I want, you know, and that's the problem. You stand up for yourself and be a man, you're going to get conflict. You're going to get resistance. That girl went and told those guys, and the guys came after me. Ironically, you know, like they came like, and as they were coming like 100 feet away, like amazing. They felt they knew my presence or something. They were threatened by my presence, and so I took my mace out. Now I had it in my hand, and the guys were like, they were close. They were really within striking distance. I could have fucking to get the fuck away. You know, I didn't want it. I did not want an altercation. It's like, but they're getting my attention. Girl wasn't even what I was attracted to. Like, you would think what would have happened is if it was warranted, like, okay, it would have made more sense if it was one of those women that, you know, and with all those guys, and I moved in, and then they defended. I would understand it, but I still would have held my ground. Because let me tell you something. If a guy is with the kind of women that I'm going to approach, and he's not used to that, I got 2 words. I got a couple words for you. Get used to it. Get used to it. Because that's going to happen. A beautiful woman's going to get hit on. Even with guys. Doesn't fucking matter. There's a lot of PUAs will try to do that. You know, suavely, smoothly. They'll do it. Now, my thing has to be a little more extreme. Because of my insecurities, a way that, you know, to crack that prior, the way that I was, you have to go a little more, then a little less. Now, again, I look at it like this. You're not doing anything illegal. It's a little abnormal going up, but it doesn't matter. Like, you know, I try to think about that because I said, if it doesn't matter, when you do the approach, if you see that one, you're gonna do this 2-3 times a day. If you see what I see, you should be at least 2-3 times a day. Those extreme, I call them extreme because for somebody that's not used to getting, it requires extreme measures. it's inevitable. It's inevitable because, and now, okay, you could say, well, okay, well, she's by herself on the phone. That's a little easier. If she's walking with the girlfriends, that's going to be a little more difficult. If she's with a guy, I'd like to see how many dudes actually go right in there. And when I say like hard, I mean to like the guy should be able to know, wow, this guy's really trying to take her from me. Not physically, but he's like trying to hit on her. Really, really trying. That's the warrior mentality. Places like the nightclubs, it's not really surprising. Try doing it during the day. Think about like the most difficult situation you could possibly imagine. Hopefully it'll happen, if you try this, it's going to happen to you. Problems, people say, well, what about the gym? Yeah, good places to go. Look, I don't know. I go to the gym every day. I see the same people. And again, the couple women that I'm attracted to, I've tried. They know already. So it's already done. Like, you don't, after, they've already told you specifically, they made it clear that no, I've seen that, I'm with somebody. And even when I saw a girl working out with a guy in the gym, I went in. He didn't get defensive. He had a good frame. That's good. I don't know what the percentage is of guys that, don't become defensive. Those are the confident dudes, they're not surprised. They know. I have pretty good taste. And I can base that on how difficult it is to get. Over the past couple of weeks, I would go to like Irvine, Orange County, Anaheim, these dance events for older people. I like to dance. I think that's like coming to an end for me because, excuse me, I got to put more effort in my fighting, defensive skills than like dancing. That's a real shame. You saw like, all my years to have like all those dudes like come after me. Really, I mean, it was like, it's like, well, you're asking for it. That's right. I'm asking for it. You have to ask for that. It's not going to be easy. I told you, you're going to get resistance. When you hold your ground, dudes are going to be threatened by your presence. You're trying to hit on a chick or something, they think it's theirs. Who says? Who? She's married or something. Okay. How do I know that unless I try? Society tells you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Your mind tells you no. It's a fight or flight thing. I backed up when those guys came after me. I was so shocked how brazen they were. I don't drink anymore, but those guys had a couple in them, and I. The most ironic thing of all is I wasn't even. That's all I did. That's all I said in a very solid voice. Is I will look at whatever I want. Maybe it was like a couple seconds, if that. It wasn't even. But she's like, wasn't prepared for that answer. And it's a couple minutes later, those guys, I don't even think they even heard it. She told them whatever he said, whatever I said. They came for me because I was a threat. They're fragile egos. Their egos are so like, I could, God, what weak-minded, My friend recommended, well, Mike, look at like book clubs or, Starbucks. Don't go these places. I like going out whenever. I have a passion for living, for being alive. I go out whenever I want, when I want, at night, during the day, whenever. And society tells you no. You can't, you shouldn't go to these clubs. They're for young people. You shouldn't go there because it's for old people. You shouldn't go here because it's for this kind of people. So I was where I was getting at was I slept all the way down to like Anaheim, took the Metrolink and, to Irvine too, over the past 2 weeks. So really like to dance. But it would be nice, I have an open mind. I'm almost 50. I like older women and younger women. I have an open mind as long as they fit the qualifications of what I visually find attractive. They're out there. I know. And I notice the further you go away from like the Hollywood, West Hollywood, whatever, not say easier, people like a little more different, I don't know. Kept like a great attitude, Even dancing women, canes, 60 years old, 300-pound women, whatever. I kept a great attitude, but it was a bust, It was like nothing. It's then the week before in Irvine, at the very end, there was something it was nice. She was good. She was with another girl. There was a guy there. And so, oh shit, immediately I start thinking to myself, oh fuck, she's gonna mother hen me. The guy's gonna cock block me. Mother henning is when another girl keeps you from talking to the one you like, or in a group, the one boxes you out. Cock blocking, same thing with a guy. They get you out of there. Thanks, but yeah. And then what happens is my natural defense mechanism goes up when a guy goes, yeah, I say, well, I'll stay wherever I want. I don't like to be challenged that way because I was a competitor in life, like whatever it is, and I keep saying I taught stand up for yourself, be a man. Yeah, well, I didn't really taught that when I was a kid, but I learned these things, and now it's like you kind of get when you do that, you're good. It's like people gonna challenge you, even before they see, they try to control you. They try to manipulate you through telling you what to do. And then what happens is if you waste too much energy, you're wasting energy on the wrong thing. If you engage these guys, you're wasting energy. Instead of your goal to get what you want, which is for me, the women I find attractive. That's the goal. That's it. That's all. The PUA say, make friends, befriend groups and stuff. Good for them. That's good for them. If it works for them, I've read the books. I've read Neil Strauss's. I've read, what's the game, Neil Strauss, The Mystery Method. Listen to these guys all, heard it all. I've watched the guys' infield approach. Infield was a baseball player. It's ironic, but a lot of these, they basically The 33 Secrets, whatever. I mean, all they're good people. They mean well, I know. But they're all, don't relate to this specific situation. A little differently. I don't see them encompassing the warrior method mentality that I'm telling you what to do, that I do. They're telling you, to analyze, to break everything down, at the clubs and say, okay, well, if there's somebody sitting, then move into this point, look at her this way, to do these things, wait for this time, say this exactly. There's too much thinking involved. If you're like a guy that doesn't have the social skills, there's no fucking way you're going to do those things. It's too hard. It would be like saying, okay, well, I'm going to teach you to fucking really be an incredible freestyle dancer just by hanging out with me for a week or reading a book. Do you know how many hours, how many thousands of hours of nightclubs I put in? I would go to clubs, thousands. I'm not exaggerating. Year after year, decade after decade. To where it's like automatic for me. Unfortunately, I had a bad attitude back then. Women did approach because my dancing was my HDV, my high demonstration value. For an actor that's famous, that's their HDV, whatever it is. They don't have to. It's not going to apply. What I'm saying doesn't apply to most people. So I'm not trying again. I'm not going to try to tell you guys, okay, well, this is, I'm telling you, this is what you need to do. I never said that. I never said. What I'm doing is just telling you what I'm experimenting with. And it's fucked up. It's very easy to go back to the old way, and just, this doesn't work. Whatever, it's too hard. I'm going to, no. People are going to think you're fucking insane when you see a couple together and you're going right in there like trying to take her from him. You are, but you're not. You know it's going to be a no. But the thing is, what you are doing is you're challenging your mindset, the way that you're programmed to, like, no, you're programmed out of fear. When you challenge that fear, when you challenge what society's telling you can't do because it looks stupid and weird. One of the problems is everybody has a camera phone now. You're afraid. You think you're somebody. You're nobody. You think in your mind, everybody's going to think of me. Everybody? Who's everybody? Who cares? Because you watch the news and they show you people getting shot and stabbed and killed and over arguments and fights. So you allow that to infect you, to affect you. Scare the shit out of you. So my friend Harry told me. Great guy. Doesn't understand though. The warrior mentality says to go in there. I don't care when, I don't care how. So what happened was, at the Abbey, I waited outside. And they closed around 2. And this one came out. I didn't have to think because I already knew that's what I liked. There's another girl right next to her. There was a guy right next to the other woman. I was closest to the one I liked. She started walking up the block. I didn't even think. I moved right in. There were two guys behind me. Didn't care though. The asteroids, remember? The asteroids don't concern me. They just get in the way. So what did I say? Okay, so I said, wow, is she like a model or something? And she turned around and smiled and said, no, no. And then I kept on. I kept on. Then the woman she was with spoke up. We're married. We're married. I kept going. And I tried to keep going. I said, well, hey, is there any way you can tell me how you met? Like, what is it you tried sometime? I just kept on it. The guy did not say anything. He didn't try to get me out of there. The guys behind me started. I put my hand up like this as I'm walking to create distance and space. The guy got very offended by that. I didn't care. I didn't engage him. I did that to try to box him out of my set, of what I'm there to do. Most guys don't know how to fight, one way or another. The problem is you're thinking, because they show this Ultimate Fighting shit on TV, that if I do anything, I'm going to get my ass kicked. The warrior goes after what he wants. Period. I realize there's laws. There's harassment. They could press charges. You could get arrested for it. I used to drink. I don't drink anymore. I got arrested for public intoxication because I was fucked up and I kind of was like over the top. You can't arrest me for being sober and trying to meet women. Last time I checked, it's not illegal to try. The huge difference. Harassment, okay. Most harassment involves altercations, like physical or grabbing or negative kind of like, it's a big deal. Most people don't waste their time to press charges because you call somebody fat. Okay, I don't think you can. The cops they wouldn't even show up for that. The cops didn't even show up for these guys that were right in my face that could have killed me. They just go to the bottom line. Did anybody throw a punch? Did anybody do this? You're thinking too much. You're thinking your way out of getting what you want out of life with everything. Do you understand? It's not just about the women. For me, it is. Because it's a major, major thing when I see what I like and I don't even try. It's one of the most challenging endeavors for me. Everybody has something that most people out there, I just want to make money. I want to make $1 million. I want to make money. For what? You can answer that on your own. Because society tells you money buys freedom. It buys you things that you want. Because you're programmed to believe that. I'm not going to go off on a tangent about that. But that'll be a thing for something else. I have nothing wrong with money. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great. It actually gives you power. I guess the more status and power you have, the less of this kind of shit you have to do. But unfortunately, I'm not in that situation. And I think this is actually the best thing for me to do. Because you're challenging yourself. Anything that challenges yourself has to be good for you. Most people are not going to challenge themselves because it's hard. But everything changes. Time goes on. You're going to change. You just don't realize you're going to get older and you're not going to be here one day. Whatever it is, you want to die with any regrets that you have, whatever it is. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I try this? Why didn't I do that while I could? Maybe it doesn't bother you. It bothers me. It bothers me every time I see the woman that I really want to fuck, that she's with somebody else or with a girlfriend or on the phone, and I have no chance. It bothers me. You know when it doesn't bother me? When I try. There's something, some magic that comes out of it. There's a magic that comes out of it when I try. I don't know, confidence or something. In the gym, if I'm practicing, you know, just like my defensive skills, I'm not looking for fights, but the confidence that comes out of that. That way, if somebody tries to get in your face, in your mind, you know how to handle yourself. That's why I got into, you know, learning this stuff, everything, because I know I was going to get resistance from dudes. The rejection doesn't bother me at all. I want to test the limits of this. What Rocky Stallone said that in Rocky 5 is that the society, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there if you allow it. It will. It will. Look around and the people driving those Lamborghinis and stuff. They're just, it's like they have the power for whatever reason. I'm not like that. I don't have those things. I don't know how they got in. It doesn't matter to me. My Lamborghini is in here. My power is in here. I don't know. I don't care. These guys, it doesn't matter. They're not helping me. They're not going to help you. Nobody's going to help you. I'm telling it to myself. I'm going to be doing this every day and every night until I get what I want. Just like Andy Dufresne, it took him chiseling through that to get out, to crack through the wall. A lot of my friends are very good people, great guys. This does not apply to them. Completely irrelevant. Their needs are met or whatever. I knew this one guy, Dave, DP, I don't even want to say. He wanted to commit suicide. He was researching suicide methods because it bothered him so much that he couldn't meet a woman. I don't know. You know, it's hard doing it on your own. But if you're on your own, you're on your own. I'm going to start doing these live things all the time. And there's going to be a nugget in there of something good in every one that I do, any one of these. I'm going to be open and I'm going to be honest. Hopefully, people will start listening, start relating, because I don't see anybody that's ever done anything like this before. Nobody. I've seen little bits of you know, yeah, of course, there's all this advice, you know, the P-Ways things, of course, plenty. And then there's also YouTube videos on how to be warrior mentality. But I've never seen anybody attack it like I have, like this, about actually implementing both at the same time and going through and the opening up about their personal struggles of how hard this is. I live in an area where most of these women, their needs are met. What the fuck they need you for? Well, if that's the case, if I go along and believe that, then I might as well just Any openings at Forest Lawn? Because might as well just jump right in. Might as well be dead. What's the point? If I go along with the way that society tells you that you're going to look weird, then you'll go along like everybody else. And the way that you're wired, the way that I'm wired, you'll never get. Extreme measures have to be taken. That's what I'm doing. I'm prepared. I was a little surprised when those dudes all came after me. I had to back up in the street. I can't believe I did not spray the guys with mace. I can't believe I didn't do that. If I was, I just, fighting is like I hate it. I absolutely hate combative situations. I know I come off very stern, very, like, you might think I'm mean, I'm angry, tough. I know it's a passion. I'm passionate about what I try to do. I knew if I would have sprayed those guys in Mason, the cops came, and then I got comp exams, dude. That's my priority. Going out trying to meet those women I find incredible. That's my hobby. When I say I got a hobby, I'm dead fucking serious in the hobbies. I was chess national champion, danced on. I fucking, but it's not getting me anything. It puts on a little show. It doesn't get nothing though. This woman in the gym, she's seen me practice my fighting, and she's looking now. She's watching. I don't care. That's the one that I said, like, great body. I tried, but with the guy, I already tried. I tried hard on that one. I go like this when I see her, like, okay, next one, let's go. If I see it, I go for it. I'm going to be coming on here all the time, open and honest, being real. You're not going to see a lot of real when there's so much fake out there. The women that I'm attracted to, it's tough. And if you don't get tough, you will never get. What I mean by tough is challenging the mind, challenging the fear. I'm going to give you one last example before I go. What happened yesterday? I call it the creepy stalker syndrome. Walking down the block, and there's like two girls. And the one on the inside, it's hard, and then you get a glimpse of her. It's passing by you. And that's what I like. But it's already past you. God damn it, Fuck. She already passed me up. I turn around. If I walk behind them, now I'm looked at like the creepy stalker guy. Stranger danger, whatever. Oh my God, there's a guy walking up behind us slowly. I call it the creepy stalker thing. I try to get in there as fast as possible because my mind will start thinking what they're thinking. Oh my God, there's a guy following us here. You're creating, because you're allowing time, the thinking process, the mind is starting to go, working against you and them and everything as fast as you can without running up in their face and everything. Hi, but if you remember anything from all this, I said, get in there. I'm I'm telling you, your mind will fucking sabotage you and keep you from it. You have to get in there fast. Even I had a problem with that. I waited a little too long. Now she turned in the restaurant. That's when I did my approach and everything. And then I left. You know, I didn't push hard enough. You have to push hard till the no or the number. Giving them your card is like almost not enough. It's not enough anymore. You know how many cards I've given to these women? They never call. It's like the no or the phone number. And then say, I have to make plans to say, I have to get together with you. You're so adorable. You have to, it's like, you know, I know, it's a little overwhelming, but it's the only way. There's too much shit going on. You have to be like, you know. I don't care about asteroids. They're going to get in your way. The AMOGs, alpha male, the group, or guys, whatever. I don't care. Deflect them. Get them out of there. Well, she's with him. What do I do? Just try to focus on her. That's your goal. The problem was I allowed my own, you know, like this sergeant guy up the block told me. He's by himself for a reason. He's very combative too. He said when someone said, "What are you looking at?" Whatever I want, you know. And I know it's a beautiful response. I know it's a beautiful stand up for yourself mentality. That is going to be the biggest challenge for me is when guys challenge me like that, and me, what am I? Don't say nothing, you know, like that's saying like you resign, you like, but then again, think about this. I'm not there to waste my energy on guys. I just say I don't answer questions. Get creative. Get creative. That's what I'm going to start doing. Instead of me looking like the fool, they're going to be the fool. Make them into the fool by showing your on her, like, you know, you need to impress her. That's why I don't do this all. You know, I'm very selective about this. It's not just talking, oh, any decent woman, anything, any hungry man, you know. These guys, they talk about, you know, the hungry, you know, they go anything decent, you know, you're building it. It's stupid, you know, you don't know. It conveys your lower social status when you do shit like that. No offense, you know, but not everybody is equal. Society says everybody's equal. I have news for you. It's not equal. It's not the same. Everybody's, you know, the groups are treated differently. I'll give you an example. You know, I was my dream in my dance movie that I've written, you know, and I was trying to put resumes and copies of my script in, you know, high end in Bel Air. And this guy drives me, what are you doing around? You live around here? And I said, no. He said, dude, you better get the fuck out of here. You have no business here. Not everybody's equal, okay? My friend lives by the Directors Guild. You know, when they have a big premiere, the police block the sidewalk. You can't walk through. It's no pedestrians. Why? Because the celebrities are like royalty. Not everybody's equal, okay? You gotta get that through your fucking heads and understand. You know, there's things that go on you don't understand. You think you know, but you really don't know. If you're uneducated, you're like an idiot nowadays. You really are. And these people that are complaining, It doesn't solve anything. You're not going to hear a complaint out of me because there's nothing to complain about. It doesn't solve a problem. Complaining doesn't solve a problem. And also, one of the best pieces of advice I can give you guys is that I don't get mad over things I can't control. These idiots driving around. One guy cut me out. He got real mad. Gets out of the car, you know. Getting mad over things you can't control. Somebody called me a name. What'd you call me? Getting mad over things you can't control. Shows your fucking weak mind. Your fragile ego. I'd be a billionaire if I could get paid for controlling people. I'd be a fucking billionaire. It's so easy. I could get somebody mad so easily. I could control them. Not even by something simple, by standing up for myself. So easy. But my point's all irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. That doesn't get me what I want. You know what I want. I'm going to get on here all the time. I'm going to be open and honest. This is going to be very interesting. You hear a lot of real shit here. People, they don't want to be real. You're going to lead that life of quiet desperation. Every time that woman walks by you, it's never going to be a perfect situation. Never. It's unbelievable. Sad. It's all for now. Warrior Jr. out.